Stop pretending that all is well and stop looking at each other and winking eyes. You shouldn't talk, you shouldn't talk. After some time, they opened up and they started expressing themselves. After they've done that, and they said a lot of things, they indicted the police. We invited the DPO to that town hall meeting. The DPO was there. He was there. The people were telling him what he was doing. That each time, no matter whether the supporters of Ezeogo Okereoke, whether they are being killed, whatever is happening to them, they will report to the police. The police will not respond. But each time, Mbodo Okereke and his group cook up stories, no matter how terrible the story is and how foolish the story is, they will give it to the police will come and arrest them. They told us how they arrested about 30-something, is it 41 of them? 32 of them. And they were detained at Arochukwu prison, including very old people, accused them of kidnapping. In the court, even the person that they were accused of kidnapping said that he wasn't kidnapped. The matter is still there in court. And the police arrested them. And then Princess Ngozi Agu, Ezeogo's daughter, reported what happened to her to the United Nations. That is what I omitted telling you people the other day. And they sent to our office, and our office sent to me to investigate. He told me how she talked about how herself and her brother were abducted from their compound, handcuffed with police handcuffs, and taken away. Taken to where the place? Ezeogo Udumezi. And how one woman urinated on her head. All kinds of inhuman and degrading treatment. How they even wanted to kill them. But for the intervention of the American embassy that came and saved them. So when all these things were going on, I told them that what has happened in your community is just too much. But there's something I'm going to appeal to you people. The police was there. And another thing they told me that was that they have come to drive fund again for them. That they will levy them, tell them to pay any amount of money they want to pay. The women say that at times they are made to contribute Gary. I said I want to sour Gary for Mbod. Then I asked them, what does he do with the Gary? One of them started laughing. Said maybe he sells them. I said okay. So they said a lot of things. I pleaded with them. I told them, this present levy that they've asked you to pay, they said all the men will pay 1,000 naira and all the women will pay 500 naira. And that when they go to drive for this levy, Mbodo has a gang that goes with him. I call them his foot soldiers. And they say that vigilante. They are armed with very sophisticated weapons, and which they are using to intimidate the people. And machetes. And all sorts of things. And what made me really angry the first time is the way he was treating His Royal Highness. When we came, he has already removed all the paraphernalia of office that is outside. Anything that will let you know that you are coming into the residence, you are coming into the palace of a royal father. Mbod and his people removed all those things. And I insisted. I told them that they must return those things. And the way he insults him, says all manner of things. I got to the arena, I told them, please, a lot of things has happened. But what we are going to do is we are going to think of how we are going to build peace in the community. I told them that, first of all, this levy, this new levy people are complaining about, nobody should pay it. Mbodo got angry. I told him, look, the reason why I'm saying nobody should pay it is that you people have not accounted for the ones they have been paying. People cannot continue paying levies without you accounting what you have done with the money they have paid. I told them, you're not going to pay. But if you want to pay, let it be voluntary. Those who want to pay, let them pay. Those who do not want to pay, leave them alone. He was very angry. He said that it was money he was going to use to build the road, build this, reconstruct this, do this. He has a lot of things he wanted to use the money for. I told him, for the meantime, suspend it. Then when we were there, I now called them. I said that what we are going to do is that we have to form a committee. We are National Human Rights Commission. We don't make peace for people. It is the people themselves that make peace for themselves. We come and then we leave. So I told them, the supporters of Ezeogo Ole, bring 5 people. The supporters of Mbodo, bring 5 people. Let these people sit together, agree on how best to restore peace to Akan Ohafia. Then we can start talking about guidelines. I thought we have agreed. We left. I gave them a week to pick the people they want to pick. After the week, the person I placed in charge of Ezeogo Koreke, Ezeogo Oko. Your names are always double barrel. Ezeogo Koroko Ole. They called me and told me they are ready with their own. Then I called the person that was representing the Mbodo group. And then he told me that Mbodo said that they are not party of that peace movement and they are not interested. That we shouldn't come here and tell them how to live in their community. They want to live on their own, do whatever they want to do. We said okay. But another thing that happened that day was that he threatened that if he later found out the person, whoever brought National Human Rights Commission to Akan Ohafia, that he would do something to that person. That it would be better for the person that he died or that he was not even born in Akan Ohafia. I said, okay. I told him, they are your sisters, they are your brothers. If you kill them, you kill their own. I'm a visitor. I've said my bit. I am going. He said, I will see what he will do. We left. And they continued with their program. First of all, he excommunicated everybody that complained to National Human Rights Commission. And those whom he suspects complained to National Human Rights Commission. Ban people from buying or selling to them. Get his town crier, went around the village, we were informed, making all kinds of threats and announcements. Initially, the people were fearful of disobeying him, but gradually, they started relating to each other. They ignored him. And of course, he was not able to collect the levy. He said he was going to collect. Because before we left, I warned the DPO. I told him everything that happened in the past I will overlook. But if we hear again that we are joining these hoodlums to go and force the people to pay money, to extract money and to extort people, that we are going to report to you. to the police authorities. I think he listened. And so he did not support them this time around. So they were unable to extort money from the people. And they continued with their
Johnson.
With their battle.
Emmanuel.
To my greatest surprise, somebody called me on the phone using Kingsley's number and called me and told me, Elola, Ebukashala go, one wala. Elola. Ha. I said, what? Who is speaking? Let me speak to Kingsley. What has happened to him? They switched off the phone. Then I started making calls. Then Kingsley's wife picked the call and told me that Kingsley was attacked. That some people came to their house, took him, and then attempted to kill him. They gave him a deep cut in his arm, and the stomach and the intestines spewed out. When I met him in the hospital at Enugu, when I went to see him at the orthopedic hospital, I was talking to one of the doctors. The doctor said that he doesn't know how he survived. That maybe it wasn't time for him to die. That nobody could explain how he survived the attack. That he's still alive and that they are hopeful that he will live. One would have thought that Mbodo will give up. He didn't give up. He continued attacking people. He continued threatening the people. He continued doing all sorts of things to the people. Of course, I reported the matter to my office. While I was talking to my office sent a petition to me, signed by Mbodo and Emeka Emeri, threatening me and warning me not to visit their place again, that they are not responsible for anything that will happen to me. And my office asked me to respond to that. I gave a detailed report of what we saw at Akano Hockey and what was going on there. And I sent it to my office. It was sent to the Inspector General of Police. The Inspector General of Police now sent the documents to Police Zone 9 Omoahia to investigate. They are yet to start the investigation. First of all, we had this lockdown. And then when they start working again, they called us, told us they started work. I invited Kingsley and his wife. They went to Zone 9, they made statement. And the Zone 9 people said they need to be mobilized to go and arrest. That I should give them money, they will go immediately and arrest all the people that attacked Kingsley. I believe them. I asked them, how much do you need? They said we need 100,000 naira. I put my hand in my back. I brought a bundle of 100,000 naira. I gave to them. They counted. I said, is it enough? They said, the man told me, once to Polemeka. I think I gave him the money on a Wednesday. He told me that on Friday that week, that he will charter vehicle, he will do this and do that, go there, collect everybody. I said, very good, officer. When you arrest them, let me know. I went back to my office. Then, on Monday, the following week, I was informed that they came and delivered letter to His Royal Highness to give to Mbodo and the other people to come to Zone 9 or more. I said, what? I went to their office. I asked them, why? Officer, I don't understand what you're doing. I gave you the money to arrest people. And I gave you that amount of money because you explained to me that you have to move around. The people may not be in the same place. I have to do this and do that. That's why I gave you the money. He told me, well, that what they normally do is that they would invite through the traditional ruler and the people will come. I said, did you read the report sent to you by the IG? He said yes, that he read it. And you think that this person will come to your office on an invitation? He said yes, that if they say they will come, and they will come. I said okay. The next thing I heard was that Mbodo Okereke and his group again went and took goats belonging to one man, a young man called Kalu. Why? That it was Kalu that acted as a pointer to the police. Kalu is related to Onirebo. That it was Kalu Kamwosu that took the police to Onirebo and took the police to his house. That those policemen that came were kidnappers. I kept talking to the police. I heard that. I told the spoke. I told him, suppose this is what is going on. He called him and then he called me again and told me, look, the man said that the letter written to him was not addressed properly. That he is addressed as His Royal Highness Ezeogo Mba Odo Okereke. That it wasn't properly addressed. The man called me and started telling me. I told him, we never discussed anything about letter. There was never a time you and I agreed on letter writing. You know what we agreed on. You know what I paid you for. I go to Ohafia all the time. If I'm chartering a vehicle to Ohafia, I've never paid more than 15,000 naira. And if I'm going with my own car, 5,000 naira fuel. I will come back, I still have fuel in my car. So be careful of what you are doing. As if that is not bad enough. A few days back, Kalu Kamwosu sent me pictures of himself, battered, bleeding, with his face and lips swollen. Say what happened? That Mbodo Okereke said some hoodlums and they attacked him. His boys attacked him and beat him up. The pictures he sent to me, I sent to the policeman. I told him, look at the kind of problem you have created. This man is now looking for somebody to kill. So there will be crisis in Akano Ohafia. But I warned the people, I told them, don't touch him, don't do anything to him. Don't engage him. That he's looking for a situation where there will be a free-for-all fight in Akano Ohafia. That was then I started, I started calling the chairman of Ohafia local government. I called him, we agreed on a meeting date. I went to meet him. And when I finished discussing everything that is going on in Akano Ohafia with him, he surprised me. He told me that on the day the goats were taken and slaughtered, that he was actually in Akano Ohafia that day. And that he called Mbo and warned him to return those goats. Of course, he ignored him. Because I asked him,